Hello, are we live? Yes, we are. All right, so I'm looking at someone's comment. Aaron Collins, I think. Aaron Collins. Love this thumbnail. It reminds me of the illustration from Captain Planet. Yeah, the thumbnail is Jesus on the phone saying start the rapture. Because there's a lot of things that happened this week that I feel like I want to recap. And I have to be kind of short because I need to get back to work, but I have like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, hopefully. Um, yeah, a lot of things have happened. Let's just start with the most recent news. So last night, it was confirmed. Well, first it was people thought it was a hoax, but it was confirmed that quote unquote controversial YouTuber Kevin Samuels has passed away. If you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, you probably actually might know about his impact, I guess. I'm not a huge follower of him. I've definitely seen a bunch of his lives. I've definitely seen, different clips on swirling around on YouTube. One would say his name is like synonymous with the manosphere. And with the manosphere, they talk about the dynamics between men and women, traditional versus modern women, or traditional men versus modern men, and all of these complexities within that. So that's a big thing happening there. And if you see Abba and Preach, they talk about that. Also, well, Abba and Preach talk about Fresh and Fit, talking about it. What's your opinion of Fresh and Fit? I know a lot of people don't like them. I don't know them well at all. I've seen viral videos of them, and I actually decided to watch a live of theirs. And to me, the best word to describe their work is disgusting. But whatever, people like them, and you can like what you like. But yeah, that's the manosphere type deal, just talking about what's going on between men and women. And I guess the point of that is to try to understand the dynamics between men and women in order to move the needle, in order to progress together. I think that's the mission, or for women to see their ways as being modern women, and see that they need to become more traditional in order for things to come aligned and then be in order. So that's the gist of what I'm getting the manosphere to be. Comment on what else it is. I don't know. That's not the point of this. The point of this is just to talk about Kevin Sands for a little bit. In this article, it doesn't say how he died. It just gives a brief synopsis of the information they got. And actually, this tweet by a reporter, Philip Lewis, he was updating everyone on what was happening. And I guess this morning it's confirmed that Atlanta police confirmed. Who's Atlanta police? Is it Atlanta police? Forgive me if it's not Atlanta police, but I think somewhere it said that. Anyway, that he died of a heart attack. So if you want to know more about that, I would follow Philip Lewis. He's really good with just updates on a holistic level of news. He does great work. That's sad. And also on Twitter, of course, Kevin's trending right now, and people are saying crazy things. And I understand, like, he's controversial, but then to like basically laugh at his death and like be like, well, because he talked about this and this and this, who cares if he's dead? And I'm just like, that's just not right. Like, if that was someone that you loved or knew, if that was your dad, if that was your uncle, that was your brother or friend, you would not be down with that. So I just think that's wrong. But I think also with Twitter, it's easy to remove your emotions, even your humanity from the platform, and you kind of don't even see people like Kevin Samuels or anyone as people. But like in real life, would they say that to someone's face? No. Would they say that to someone's loved ones or a group of friends of like Kevin Samuels to their face? No, because they know that's not right. But on Twitter, it's easier to act this way. So I would just say, hey, yeah, don't disrespect the dead. And someone said he never said anything that deserves this behavior. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. Again, I will say, like, some of the things he said was, I feel, objectively true, but I do think like some of the stuff he said was problematic. But I think some of the things that he was saying, I even was like, dang, that's actually, there's a point to that actually. But I just didn't watch his stuff. That's just my choice. But and then it's people's choice also not to watch his stuff. But what people do is like they'll say they hate someone, but they continue to watch their things. Trust me, I know, because there's a few of you that do that for this channel, which, fine, give me viewership if you want. But anyway, so wanted to just talk about that briefly and condolences to his family. Next is Roe versus Wade, and there was a leak draft that happened this week, and this obviously caused a lot of frenzy in the nation. I mean, and the only way to really see the temperature of it is kind of social media and the articles and Twitter. Still is a hot topic, definitely. I mean, this is legislation, and it's brought up the conversation, even though this has been an ongoing conversation about abortion, pro-choice or pro-life. I mean, that's been a consistent polarizing topic in America forever. And I have my views on it, but I thought that this person gave a pretty good analysis. Let me actually just minimize me real quick. This person, and I'll link who it was, but I just found this. She said, abortion is complex. It's an area of morality that is complicated. What is obvious to me, though, is that regardless of their stance on abortion itself, pro-life and pro-choice share a responsibility to build a world where the choice to create life is realistic and possible, eradicate poverty, make healthcare universal, have paid parental leave, cultivate conditions in which the choice to have a child is a reasonable one. And I thought that this is pretty nuanced and really speaks to this issue on a bigger level, that it's pro-life, being pro-life and then being, pro-choice. It just seems it's such a binary, but it's very, very, very gray. And though let's just say, my views on it are very complicated. I'll just say that. I think in certain circumstances, 100% of women does not consent to having this. I can't say the words because I can get demonetized and this live can actually shut down. So how am I going to say this without saying it? If a woman doesn't consent to the act where you would conceive a child, I do not feel like this woman should feel a burden to have the child. That's the best way I can say it. And there's other issues of women's risk of health and stuff like that. But I do think we need to reconsider our conversations around how we talk about this serious thing. And that we need to talk about it in a way where when a woman does choose to do this, it's not like they just choose to do it and they go home and that's like, we need to talk about the actual aftermath. Like women deal with serious trauma when they can I say it? I'm just saying when they choose pro-choice decision. I'm not going to say the A word. And some women regret it, or just the process is very invasive and very hard to take in, and then you're thinking psychologically of everything, and there's a lot of things to be said. So it's not really black and white to me. It's really, really ambiguous. Not ambiguous, that's not good. It's just gray. It's a gray area. But there'll be more on that definitely next week and for months, and complicated, touchy. Next is, oh Lord, let me mute him. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. I mean, everyone knows about this trial going on, whether you like it or not, whether you're watching or not, you know about it. I've been watching because I'm very invested in this, because I'm so fascinated with the psychology of what's going on here with just the dynamics between being in a toxic relationship and consenting to a toxic relationship, which I believe Johnny Depp and Amber Heard definitely consented to being in this toxic relationship that they had. Substance abuse in play on both parties. But then the physical abuse evidence seems to be leaning more so that Amber is the one that was abusing Johnny. But with these trials that she's been doing, or with these testimonies that she's been doing for the past couple of days, yesterday and the day before that, she's been testifying I'll just say elaborate story of how Johnny abused her. And I will say I did watch it as I was working and as I was doing life stuff. I just had this trial going on in my ear, and I was really embarrassed. I mean, it was very uncomfortable watching her. And again, I was like trying to watch objectively and being like, but it was so hard because I'm like, nothing about this is convincing. Like, even if I was her friend, I would not believe her. Straight up. There was a lot of things that she said that this is my thing. The way that she was acting yesterday or Thursday and then acting Friday, or is today Friday? What is today? I literally don't know what today is. Oh my gosh, people, tell me what today is in the comments. Today's Friday. Yes. Why am I tripping? Wednesday and Thursday. Sorry. So Wednesday and Thursday, who is this? Wednesday and shout outs. Hoosiers. What up, Lance? Wednesday and Thursday, she was giving these testimonies, and I really thought that one, it seems very scripted, but two, I was thinking like something about her demeanor, something about how she's coming off, trying to be a damsel in distress. Okay, it's going crazy now. Sorry. Trying to be a damsel in distress, like it seemed like she was overacting. I'm like, I don't think she's trying to do this for the public. I'm like, she's obviously doing this for the people in the room. And I'm like, I bet most of the men, or most of the jury are men. That's what I said. I was like, I bet they are men, most of them. And I saw an article yesterday that they're saying, and it's not really like, I don't know, confirmed, but this article said that the majority of the jury are men. I'm like, well, that makes sense, because the way she was going about it and just things she would say and how she was looking, and I just felt like she was playing up way too much in a way where I'm like, she's trying to be a damsel in distress to me. I think one of her tactics, and this is just me thinking out loud, is to really get under Johnny's skin and to maybe see if she can get him to break in court, to kind of show like if he can break in court and he can go off in court, don't you realize that he would go off on me? Don't you realize that he can be doing the things I've been saying he's doing, allegedly? And one thing that I thought was, that made me think this was when she started talking about his children. And it was almost like she knew she wasn't telling the truth, but it's like, if you talk about someone's children, I feel like that is something, you're pushing their last button. And the way Johnny was looking when she was talking about Lily Rose, and I think she was talking about how she was like helping Lily Rose deal with her dad, Johnny, and his addiction and being scared. And then even her implying that Johnny allowed his daughter to, you can say shack up, if you will, very antiquated word to use, but shack up with someone that was older than her. So like, I guess she was underage, and Amber was implying that Johnny allowed some man that was over 18 to basically stay in the house with his daughter that was underage. And then also she talked about how Johnny was introducing the Mary Jane to her, and just all this stuff. I was like, wow. I'm like, I don't think this is true, but I think that she's doing this to get under his skin to see, can he break? Because we saw before, she wanted her lawyers to try to get this trial to end, to be struck out before she went, before it was her turn to testify. And because I think she was afraid to testify because she has no case, in my opinion. So yeah, I think that she's doing these little tactics and this is her last resort. That's my opinion. So we'll see more of that. This will resume May 16th. And I guess the whole trial wraps up May 27th. So, oh gosh, next is Dave Chappelle. Let me play this.
Behind me on the DJ table is one of the most prolific producers that hip hop has ever presented, the mighty Mad Lib. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip hop history.
That's so crazy. I'm sorry, but I know his security guards are being praised, but man, how did that man get on stage and then run that far and connect with him? I'm still blown by that. I'm still blown. Also, this headline, I don't know.
Wait, I gotta see this.
Quickly, this headline says that he was armed with a gun, and that's not true. He was armed with a knife, actually, and for some reason, the knife's covering was a gun, like a gun cover. That makes no sense to me. Like, so you're covering up a knife with something that's even more alarming? Doesn't make sense. So I guess this is when either TMZ got this video live or something.
Thank God.
But
that was clumsy. He's back there getting stomped.
Oh man. And he ran behind this shield.
Where did that come from?
Goodness.
Thank you, son.
And Jamie Foxx was there. And who else was there? Jamie Foxx. Oh yeah, of course, Chris Rock was there. And Chris Rock, I mean, the perfect timing. I mean, his punchline is like comedically conceptualizes the entire night when he said, was that Will Smith? Because you can argue that that man felt emboldened to run up and attack Dave because, you know, Will Smith did whatever. So it said, what was the motive? What was the attacker's motive? I don't know. People have done some digging. Someone said that he is a rapper, an aspiring rapper. They said that they said he's a MAGA rapper, MAGA, MAGA rapper, that he actually had a song titled either Dave Chappelle or Chappelle. I didn't listen to the song, but so it's like, I don't know if he's a fan of Dave and just a crazy fan, or if he was like someone that hated Dave and whatever. I don't know. But yeah, those are the current events. There's more events that's happened, so I'm not covering it all, but those are some of the most popular ones that's been happening. Let's see what you guys have been saying. People hate watch a lot. Yeah, people hate watch a lot for sure. I don't have time. Like, I don't care. Like, if someone wants to, whatever. I have so much to do. There's so much other things people can do than that. Some people need their daily 15 minutes of hate. Some need that 15 minutes. I guess. Oh, thank you for letting me know it's Friday, because I seriously was tripping. I was like, wow, what is today? What else? Let's see. I'm with you. Yeah, she's super manipulative. Talking about Amber. Amber's appearance and method of testifying appears contrived. She's telling a story that isn't from her memory, but from her perceptions. Yeah. And I mean, it seems like, I mean, 100%. I literally was like, I can't be the only person thinking this. And then, of course, I looked in the comments and I wasn't. I was like, okay. So it's not only me. All right. Well, I just wanted to do that. I got to go. If you guys want me to do more like these morning recaps, I can do that. But I wanted to do this really quick. And thank you guys for tuning in. I will post this on YouTube. Be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell whoever. And I will see you in the next one. Peace and have a good Friday. Have a good Friday.